Welcome to the Explainer. So today, we're tackling something that literally impacts your wallet every single month. We're diving into the newly released July 2026 Saudi Riyal exchange rates. Look, if you're working hard and sending money back home to your family, you know that absolutely every single Riyal counts, right? Well, our goal today is to decode all this fresh data and help you maximize the money you're sending back home. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. I really want you to stop and ask yourself right now, are you actually losing money on your transfers? Like, is the bank or that digital app you've been loyally using for years secretly shortchanging you and your family? I know, it's a tough question to swallow, but as we look at today's data, you're probably going to be surprised to find out that loyalty? Yeah, it doesn't always pay off when it comes to exchange rates.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, the difference between a good rate and a bad rate is just a tiny fraction of a Riyal, right? It seems totally insignificant. But think about it. When you're sending large chunks of your hard-earned salary, whether it's hundreds or thousands of Riyals at a time, choosing the wrong platform is going to cost you dearly. Seriously, that tiny fraction multiplies over time into meals, school fees, and savings that just vanish before they ever even reach your loved ones.
So here is our roadmap for today. First up, we're entering the remittance maze. Second, we'll check out Pakistan and Nepal for some steady rates. Third, we'll look at India, where we're seeing some huge rate swings. Fourth, Bangladesh, which is experiencing extreme market volatility. And finally, we'll talk about exactly how you can protect your hard-earned money.
Section 2. Pakistan and Nepal. Steady rates. Let's start our journey with our first geographical stop. Now, what's really interesting here is the remarkably tight grouping of the rates for Pakistan. This right here, this is exactly what a normal, healthy, and highly competitive market actually looks like. We're seeing a solid floor established right around 73.00 with Jazz Bank. Then as we move up the ladder, SMB gives you 73.25, HDC Bank pushes it slightly higher to 73.71, and we see some additional rates topping out at a ceiling of 73.80. The spread here is literally less than one whole rupee. It's predictable, which means whichever of these you choose, you really aren't getting taken for a ride. Moving over to Nepal, we see a similarly stable picture. The market is behaving very predictably here too. Looking at the data, we've got to crown Jazz Bank as the top payer for July 2026, offering a clean 41.00 cents. Now, on the lower end of this competitive spectrum, SNB trails just slightly at baseline of 40.54. Nestled right in the middle, you have platforms like Mobile Pay at 40.79 and HDC at 40.82. Again, very stable, very secure, and honestly, really tight margins.
Let's move on to India. Huge rate swings.
All right, strap in, folks, because we are officially leaving the safe and stable zone. We're entering the Wild West of the July 2026 data. Let's look at our top payers for the Indian rupee. Mobile Pay is taking the absolute lead here, offering a fantastic $25.50. We also have other unlisted services popping up around $25.45, and Pay coming in exceptionally strong at $25.32. I mean, these are for sure the kinds of numbers you want to lock in for your transfers.
But here is where the real danger lies. Let's contrast those top players with the rest of the market. The standard banks, places you might use every day like Jazz Bank at 22.62, HDC at 22.50, and SNB at 22.21, they're all hovering right around that 22.50 average mark. Think about that for a second. That is a full 3 rupees less per Riyal than our top payers. But wait, the danger doesn't stop there. Just look at day 360 Bank.
12.56. I really want that number to sink in. 12.56. While Mobile Pay is handing you 25.5, Day 360 Bank is offering literally less than half of that value. It's a shocking outlier, and frankly, it is a trap you absolutely must avoid. Let's put that into perspective. If you sent 1,000 Riyals through Day 360 instead of Mobile Pay, the amount of money you'd lose is just staggering. It's mind-blowing. Next up, Bangladesh. Extreme market volatility.
Okay, let's move to Bangladesh and see how this builds. Because if you thought India was wild, Bangladesh is absolutely chaotic right now. Just look at the staggering variance here. The spread isn't just a few digits anymore. It's fundamentally altering the value of your money. So on the low end, you have Mobile Pay offering 32.75 and SNB at 38.00. But then it starts climbing. Foreign Bank is at 49.00, HDC is at 68.00, Jazz Bank jumps all the way to 75.00. That alone is an incredible spread. But guys, the highs are literally off the charts. Wait,
254? Yes, you read that right. 254. Urpay is offering an unbelievable $254 for Bangladesh. I'm not going to lie, when I first saw this data in the source material, I totally had to double-check it. It is an incredible, astronomical rate when you compare it to the 32.75 being offered by some of the others. Just wow.
And just to clarify, this isn't just some solitary glitch in the matrix for Urpay. Look at this list of high-yielders. Torj Bank is right behind them, offering a massive $250. This data proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that finding the right platform for Bangladesh right now is not just a good idea, it is absolutely critical to your financial well-being.
Finally, let's cover how to protect your hard-earned money.
Okay, let's take a deep breath and kind of ground ourselves after looking at those extremes. Seeing numbers jump from 32 to 254 can definitely be dizzying. So let's transition from all this raw data to some highly actionable advice on how you can actually navigate this landscape. So the crucial point is this one word: fluctuation. The rates we've explored for July 2026, they're snapshots in time. Exchange rates are subject to constant, sometimes minute-by-minute changes, meaning today's absolute winner could very well be tomorrow's biggest loser. You simply cannot set and forget your remittance platform. To empower you, here is a simple, foolproof, 3-step process you should be using every single time you send money. Step 1. Check your primary digital app. See exactly what they're offering right now. Step 2. Compare that rate directly with a traditional bank. Just take 2 minutes to check their rates. And Step 3. Once you've verified the absolute best current figure directly with the provider, execute the transaction. The rule of thumb: never assume. Always verify at the exact time of your transfer.
I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Based on everything we've seen in the data today, what rate is your bank secretly hiding from you right now? Are they giving you that top-tier 25.50, or are they slipping you a dismal 12.56? I highly encourage you to open up your app or call your bank right now, double-check those rates, and make sure your family is getting every single real they deserve before you hit send. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy remitting!